there have been an issue of an attack on a gentleman called Bruce John Kajira, who termed himself as a blogger within Mombasa. So we've been watching as the civil society fraternity in the coast entirely, and we felt that it is proper that we send our sympathies and prayers to the victim and his family, and we call upon the support of persons and societies in Mombasa to the family and the victim, and especially to buttress his own courage of speaking out when the atrocities were met against him. The atrocities are barbaric and out of place, and we condemn them fully. It is something that should never happen to another person, whatever the actions that underlie his own conduct. So number two, we also commend the investigations department and the office of the Director of Public Prosecution. When this matter came, we saw they took action timely, and people have been charged, some of them. We also listened to the police say that other people shall be investigated and shall be brought before book. We want to say that at this time, this is when cases are lost, and therefore it is important that they do thorough investigations. I don't think they should rush. They should do thorough and clear investigations and make up their mind on charging whoever without considering whether they are high in government or low. And therefore, there should not be any form of discrimination on people who committed the atrocities against this gentleman. Number three, investigations should continue and should be very tangent. They should continue to all persons of interest and planners of this act, because then you will have to read the intentions besides the act that we have been told about, but the intentions that formed and the work that went behind it. Because at the coast we've had this problem of abduction and killing, and we've called it out time and time again, and it is time we end it. We also want to say firmly as civil society that we have considered that they are likely to be public officers that will be charged. Their rights should be protected, but they should step down until the prosecution process is complete. They need to step down so that they are not accused of having interfered with investigations. And two, stepping down is a matter of law. People in public services, pursuant to Article 75 of the Constitution and Article 232 of the Constitution, read together with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Act, have a higher duty of the conduct that they betray, because that conduct should reflect in the way the officers are seen within the Constitution. And therefore, whoever stooped low and got himself involved in this matter, we can just give it to the public officers, and we want to call upon first the prosecutors, to the police that are involved, and even the judiciary itself, that the eyes of the public are on them, and we expect that they will carry out their duty professionally and without any form of interference. The most important one also is to call on the Witness Protection Agency to protect all witnesses that relate to this case. Most of the time, getting these witnesses is difficult, and it is the Witness Protection Agency should not wait to be called in by the victims, because we may not know the extent to which the victim knows their right. and therefore it is important that pursuant to this statement, they listen and follow up and see whether the witnesses are properly protected because of the stake of the case. Then the state must move with principles of candor to ensure that all parties are treated within the law. The reason, if you don't treat either of these parties, or if you treat them wrongly, the problem is you will affect the substance of the case, and it is therefore the accused persons must be treated within the provisions of the law and the Constitution, as well as the place of the victim and the witnesses.